Welcome to Season 10 of Not Too Late, the only show by that name. If you're a longtime fan of the show, you'll be more than familiar with our epic feud with the Jim Henson Company and HBO. I'm sure you've been on the edge of your seats with anticipation, but worry not. We've wiped that little red devil off the map.
We're part of the PP Puppet Patrol. We'll take it from here.
Please.
Thank you.
Elmo is hungry.
Royal pain in my ass. We're like... Oh, silly Elmo. Since that hooligan terrorized the sewers, Elmo has been forced topside. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, this summer we took those clowns to court, then yada yada yada, new studio, pet Elmo, HBO rebrand, only reality TV. I think the most shocking part of the whole show is how much bigger Elmo is in person. I just have to wonder what eldritch horror Big Bird is. But that isn't something I need to worry about now. Big Bird was embezzling big bucks and now he's on my payroll. So later, we'll be talking to TJ FieldHockey, the Quidditch beat reporter for the Hoosier Sports Crew, who will be giving us a glimpse into the creative process. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Not Too Late. We are joined with TJ FieldHockey, the Hoosier Sports Crew beat reporter for Quidditch. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mia.
Awesome. So how long have you been covering Quidditch?
Ever since I can remember, I got to the school and they kind of handed the torch off to me. Mm-hmm. They said, here is a sport that doesn't require a lot of work. And I said, that sounds perfectly fine by me.
Okay, so if there's not a ton of work, like what are some things that you've picked up while reporting on this sport?
Well, I think I've just generally learned more about the sport in general. You know, for instance, what it is. I had zero idea what Quidditch was starting here. Mm-hmm. The way it generally works is it's a lot like soccer, but you fly around and you score, and other players will just beat the crap out of each other.
Okay, so for our viewers who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about like the origins of Quidditch? Like where does this come from?
Yes, so Quidditch is a fictional sport from the novel Harry Potter.
Not so fictional anymore.
I guess not, Mia, and now it's my life. So it comes from a children's book, and some college students have decided that they would like to play.
Mm-hmm. So now Quidditch doesn't necessarily seem like it's a real top tier sport. Are you disappointed that you didn't get something that maybe has a little bit more prestige?
Sorry, make sure my producer's not around, but I'm going to say no, Mia. I'm going to say that I am happy. You know, I've never seen a sport that brings together a community quite like this one and just has like an overall, you know, like a family with it, you know, besides football or baseball or soccer or lacrosse or field hockey or tennis or
really any other
water polo,
other sports, regular
polo.
Now, are there any like star players we should be keeping our eyes out for?
You know, little fun story. A lot of our team members have chosen to be discreet in revealing themselves that they actually participate in playing Quidditch, and thus the sport has allowed them to come up with names for themselves.
Okay.
So we have, Harry Bobber. We have Hermione Granger.
Oh. Yeah.
Draco Malfoy, and sorry, I got a producer note here. IU Quidditch underrepresentation of the Hoosier Sports Crew sponsored by Rowling Estates. The following is a paid promotional message. And our favorite player, J.K. Rowling. She's very good at the sport. She's the best.
So that's her out on a Quidditch, what is it, field, pitch?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she looks like she's having a really wonderful time. Is this a real picture of her?
Oh yeah, she comes to all of them. She's just
And this is the IU team?
blast. Yes, this is the IU team. I think they have photoshopped a few more people in. As I've listed our members, that's our full team actually. So.
Now, so you don't seem super excited about the league, but are there any like really fun, exciting things that you really enjoy about the sport?
I guess I enjoy the camaraderie of it. I enjoy finding out new activities and new things that other people are interested in. Even if it's not for me, even if I don't want to sit down and watch 9 full-length movies to understand a simple 30-minute game, that's for other people to decide.
Yeah. So this is a college sports team. How competitive is IU? Like, how are we doing in the Big Ten? Is there a Big Ten?
Well, we're almost up to 10 players, so that's nice.
That is nice. That is nice. So is there any big rivalry between IU and like Purdue like there is for football or?
Well, I reached out and I asked if Purdue had acquired a team, someone for our team and our players to play. I received an email back saying, what are you talking about? What is this sport? And they made some obscene remarks that I'm not allowed to say on air.
Well, so I guess by omission, we're better than Purdue.
I would say
at
so.
the sport.
I think we're the #1 team.
I would say so as well. So there's no other teams in Indiana. It's just us.
Not that I have found so far.
Well, that means we're state champions. This is huge for us.
I think so.
IU doesn't advertise that very much. They should advertise that.
Yeah.
So how many hours a week does the team train? Are you there at practice?
I show up most practices. I like to be involved. I'm forced to be involved, so I like to check in on the players occasionally, and they seem to be enjoying themselves. I think a practice consists of about an hour of getting dressed in wardrobe.
Okay.
This requires, your house costume, your cape, your broom, your wand, about 5 minutes of actual physical labor, and then about 3 hours of watching another Harry Potter movie.
So it's closer to like LARPing.
I would say so, Mia.
Okay, for our listeners who maybe don't know, LARPing is live action role playing. It's dressing up as characters and pretending to be them.
So if that sounds like something you're interested in, join the Quidditch team.
Now there is a pretty peculiar position. That's the snitch.
Yes.
Because the snitch in the Harry Potter movies is just kind of a ball that does its own thing, but it's played by a real human.
Yes, it is.
In this. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, yes. So in the books and the films, the snitch is a little magical fastball that zooms all around the arena, and one player on each team is designated to try and find the snitch. So what we've done instead is we have hired someone to play the snitch keeper, and what they're looking for is a resignation that they can be off the team. We've actually hired a young man by the name of Andrew Briggs, and he is our snitch finder.
Andrew Briggs, like from IUSTV, executive producer of IUSTV.
Exactly. And if he can find the snitch, he doesn't have to play Quidditch anymore.
Well, that's beautiful. I don't know how close he's come to that. I haven't heard anything from him personally, so we'll make sure to keep updated on that. Now, perhaps most importantly, what is the team's favorite pre-game song?
Oh, well, that's easy. The most rocking song there is, Hedwig's theme.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. So I mentioned earlier a little bit about rivalries between the schools. Are there playoffs? Are there competitions?
Oh God, no.
No? Okay. No. Do you have to try out for the team at all?
I mean, you have to show up.
Okay.
Well, there actually is an intense how massive of a Harry Potter fan quiz are you? I think no player has gotten under 100%, so there is that.
Okay, that's kind of the unofficial prerequisite for the team.
I think so.
Now, the way that you're talking about it, like I said earlier, doesn't seem to be the most exciting beat. Probably some dry weeks. So how do you come up with content in those weeks that not much is really going on? Well,
we kind of let the players just go do their own thing, and that I personally will make things up to try to seem the sport more appealing.
Okay, you just make things up.
Yeah, I will just think of whatever comes to my head.
That sounds like a really great idea for our show. So I think we'll end the interview here and we'll do a little bit of practice and just make a few things up for our show and see if that sparks anything fun. So we'll be right back with that. Welcome back to Not Too Late News. Tonight, IU reported that soon the university will begin to pay their graduate workers a living wage. This would be an incredibly progressive step for the university administration. To quote Pam Whitten, just kidding.
I got a question for you. Would you still watch our show if I was a worm? Be honest.
The reason Don't Worry Darling is so horny is because Nick Kroll brought the big mouth hormone monster with him on set.
Pam Whitten was found by Bloomington police traversing the sewers to make sure the city's water was up to code. Aw, how sweet of her.
Mark Cuban is dead. And that's our fake news segment of the week. TJ FieldHockey, thanks for coming on the show. We'll be back after the break. Well, that's the end of our show for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks to our guest, TJ FieldHockey, and for the wonderful inspiration. As always, see you later.